Picture this. You walk into a conference room for a crucial meeting, and before you can even say hello, you are daisy chaining like 3 different dongles just to get a single slide on the screen.
Oh, yeah. And meanwhile, someone else is trying to balance a laptop microphone to pick up the whole room, right? It is the classic remote meeting tax.
Exactly. You waste the first 10 minutes just fighting the hardware. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at technical specs and product pages from HDTVSupply for a device called the HuddleCam HC-HUDDLEPAIR.
Yeah, which is basically a USB webcam and wireless speakerphone combo.
Right. And our mission today is to figure out if this is actually, the ultimate zero-friction solution for your remote meetings and what these spec numbers actually mean for your daily workflow.
So the core promise we are looking at here is the ability to set up a fully functional meeting room in minutes and using literally one single USB 2.0 cable.
Wait, realistically, though, is one standard USB 2.0 connection actually robust enough to handle high-quality video and whole-room audio? I mean, I feel like you would hit a bandwidth bottleneck almost immediately, and it would just start lagging out.
You totally would, yeah, if they were trying to power everything through that one wire. But they actually engineered around that bottleneck
How so?
by physically separating the audio and video power sources. So the webcam pulls its power directly from your computer via that USB connection, like normal.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the speakerphone operates completely independently. It runs on its own internal battery, which lasts about 6 to 8 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you can just drop the 360-degree microphone right in the center of the table where everyone is actually talking.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you can mount the camera up high on the display screen without having to run a tripwire across the room.
Precisely. It decoupled the audio from the video entirely, but because the system is so heavily focused on that kind of, portability and convenience, we have to look closely at the actual audio and video quality.
Right. Does it take a hit?
Well, looking at the hardware details, they packed in some solid purpose-built tech. The camera uses a 1/3 inch CMOS sensor with an f1.8 aperture lens.
Okay, let's pause there for a second, because f1.8 aperture sounds like really intense camera jargon. Why does that specific number actually matter for someone just sitting in an office?
That is a great question. So an f1.8 aperture basically means the physical opening in the lens can get really wide. It lets in a massive amount of light.
Oh, and standard corporate conference rooms usually have terrible, harsh fluorescent lighting.
Exactly. Or they are super dim, so a wider aperture prevents you from looking like a shadowy, pixelated ghost on your call.
Got it. And the specs say it pushes 1080p video with a 106-degree field of view. So I am guessing that is wide enough to capture everyone sitting around the table.
Right, and it does it without that awful fisheye distortion that stretches people out at the edges of the frame.
Nobody wants to look like a funhouse mirror. And what about the audio side of things?
So that battery-powered speakerphone is not just an empty plastic shell. It is actively running intelligent noise and echo cancellation.
Okay, so it is basically listening to the room.
Yeah, it identifies the steady hum of the air conditioning or, say, the echo of voices bouncing off glass walls, and it digitally filters those frequencies out before they ever reach the Zoom call.
That is actually really clever. But wait, I am looking closer at these camera specs right now. It features manual panning up to 150 degrees and manual tilting up to 30 degrees.
Yeah, the manual adjustments.
I mean, in an era where even a basic $50 webcam seems to have AI auto-tracking that follows you around the room, isn't forcing the user to physically tilt the camera a massive step backward.
It definitely sounds like a downgrade at first glance, but that manual limitation is actually a highly deliberate design choice.
Really? How so?
Well, it is exactly why this system is affordable. It prices in around $329. And more importantly, it is why it is incredibly compatible.
Oh, I see. So by skipping the AI brain, it essentially skips the software conflicts.
Exactly. It works natively across Mac, Windows, Android, Zoom, WebEx, you name it.
Right, you just plug it in.
Yeah, by not relying on complex tracking software that needs constant background updates or, risks crashing your computer, it becomes vastly more reliable.
So for you, the user, a wide-angle lens paired with just simple manual placement means you completely avoid those infamous pre-meeting software glitches.
Spot on. Plus, you never have to worry about the AI accidentally zooming in on a coffee cup instead of the person speaking.
Which happens way too often. So it basically prioritizes straightforward functionality over flashy features that just get in the way. It is built to just work the second you plug it in,
It is a very pragmatic approach to AV design, yeah.
which actually threatens the entire business model of the traditional corporate boardroom. I mean, think about it. If high-quality, whole-room AV setups are now this cheap, battery-powered, and totally portable, what does that mean for those massively expensive, custom-wired boardrooms?
The ones companies spend tens of thousands of dollars on, yeah, they might be in trouble.
Exactly. Will permanent hardwired meeting spaces soon become a thing of the past? It is definitely something for you to chew on the next time you are stuck looking for the right adapter.